everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be the London vlog, or the England vlog. So this is us driving to meet my other family, and then we're going to come together and all travel together. So this is us headed to Atlanta. I'm sorry for the way this is outlined. I hate that it's filmed this way, but this is kind of the only way I could film it. I had to film it on my phone, so it's kind of awkwardly filmed. This is us in Atlanta, Georgia. We had just gotten into the actual city. There was a ton of traffic when we were there. It took us a long time to get here, and this was a lot of travel put into a very, very, very small video. But I thought we passed a really cool skyline. This is me in the bathroom because I think I'm cool. So this is the inside of the Atlanta airport, past security and everything. So we got on the plane and we flew for 1.5 million years. Our trip there was overnight, so we got on the plane at 6:30 and flew in at 7 or something. So then we had to wait 2 hours and get on a bus. And we got on the bus, and that took 4 and some hours, 4 hours and some change. This is, I can't remember what port this is. I want to say, I don't know actually, but yeah, you're gonna see some of the people I traveled with. I tried not to get any faces because I didn't want to get my family members in here, but yeah, so this was the excruciatingly long bus trip. It wasn't actually bad. It was a really clean and nice bus. There was really nobody else on it. People really didn't come and go that much, so the traffic wasn't too terribly bad. But yeah, I think I want to say this is Chadwick, maybe. I'm not sure where we are here. But I thought it was so pretty. I just thought all the stops was really beautiful. I liked being on the bus rather than the train because it looked so pretty and you could see the area better. So this is where we stayed the first 3 or 4 days. This is Great Yarmouth, and we just walked around out here. This was the first day when we got there. We were looking for a grocery store for some food. We walked around for a while trying to find a Sainsbury's, but we couldn't find one. This is the next day. We went on a walking trip to find all the cool places around and look around. It was the off season in the coastal area, so we had a lot of places that were closed that we would have normally gone to, but it was still really cool. And there's my family right there in front of you. You're gonna see the back of them a lot because I didn't want to film their faces. But it was really cool. We walked so much this trip. That's more of my family right there. We walked 30 miles in 7 days. Even the short days, the travel days, we still walked 3 miles a day at least, and I feel rejuvenated. There was a lot of really cool stuff. So this is where my grandmother actually lived a lot of her life, and we came to put her to rest. She passed away last year in October. It was a really devastating loss for all of us, and my grandfather is buried out here, so she was cremated, and we came to put her ashes with my grandfather. So that's actually why we made the trip. Not a fun circumstance, but a great trip nonetheless. There's a lot of the days missing because we hung out, partied, and hung out with family and had some drinks and stuff, and I kind of wanted to respect the privacy of people and didn't want to film my family. I feel that was kind of weird, so there is a good bit of it missing. A lot of it's just kind of this where we're walking around doing stuff for that reason, because I wanted people to be able to have their privacy, and I wanted to be in the moment because this was a really, really special trip for me. I was one of the only people who had never been here before, so it was a really, really special trip for me to be able to go on. So I was pretty in the moment for a lot of the trip. We're walking along the seaside here, just kind of looking at what the sea line looks like, because all of this stuff is closed. Literally everything is closed here, but it was still nice even with everything closed. We walked around, and there's a pier down there that you'll see it in just a second. I gotta teleport in time here. There we go. There's a pier at the end there, and the pier my grandfather worked at for a little while, running some of the games they had there. So I just felt really connected there. I don't know how to explain it, but I just felt very comfortable and at home in this place, and just walking around really made me feel awesome. This is like the main street where these windmills are right here, and we were just walking down that street, and it kind of leads you to the main town. There was like so much stuff crammed into one place. It's crazy, but we really did see, we time traveled again. We time traveled. I wish I had like more cool stuff to show you, but I did kind of take a break. This is the church that my grandmother went to. My grandmother's mother was married in this church. It's a beautiful church, and there's going to be a time jump here as well, because after I filmed this, we went inside and I had an official meltdown because I really felt like my grandmother was with us in this place, and those of us that were like really family on this trip had a really hard time in this church. We all kind of cried together because we felt her, and it was kind of a tie to her. I don't know how to explain it, but it felt really homely in there, and I really enjoyed being in there. I believe it's called St. Mary's Catholic Church. Yeah, okay, there it is. So it's an absolutely stunning church. It's a very old church as well, and it's absolutely beautiful. I don't film inside of public. Well, I don't film inside of most churches. I think I did film inside of a church at one point, but this was not one of them. This is, I think, where the video cuts right here. Yep, okay, so this is this is where my grandmother was from. Like, that's where she lived. That's part of the town, like the big town square there. And I did do some shopping, but you guys have already seen that whole video now. But this is like the big square. I'm trying to remember where all we went to. I feel like it was a blur. We walked a lot. Oh, this was a random church. We went a different way back and we found a random church there. This was us on the way back to our Airbnb that we stayed in. We stayed in a really, really nice Airbnb that I actually do have a full video tour of that is connected to this video, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But we stayed in two Airbnbs, one here and one in London. I don't actually have footage of the one in London because I forgot to film it because we were in a rush to leave to get to the airport. But yeah, we did stay in really nice places. I just think these roads look so cute, like the houses and just all of the rows together. I thought were so cute. I got a Dr. Pepper because I'm obsessed with Dr. Pepper, and I love the Dr. Pepper in the UK. It tastes so good. It's better than the US Dr. Pepper. It was snowing and sleeting and everything the whole time we were there. I don't know if you can see the sleet very well, but it was there. This was us. We walked on the ocean one day, and it was my dad, my cousins, and my cousin's girlfriend did a polar plunge, and they jumped into the North Sea like a bunch of crackheads, and it was absolutely freezing. So I'm sure for them it was freezing, but I was freezing as well. It was so cold. This is us walking back from the polar plunge because I was freezing my butt off. So I was walking so quickly because I thought I was going to freeze to death. Okay, so this is the cemetery that my grandmother's buried in now, and my grandfather was buried in before. My great-grandmother is also buried in the cemetery. I also have a lot of family buried here. I did not show you the headstone for privacy reasons. I felt like it was kind of inappropriate, but we took a taxi on the way back. So this is just us in our taxi, driving back to our Airbnb after burying my grandmother a rough time. That was really emotional, obviously, but was a mission that we were sent on. That's where she wanted to be, and that's where we got her back to. So I just wanted you to see like the streets. I just found it absolutely fascinating to see the houses and the rows and everything. It just looked so cool to me. I just loved it. I really loved this area. I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. So this is the Airbnb we stayed in. That's my parents' bedroom right there with the crib in it. There were so many stairs in this house. Oh my gosh. This was the living room. It's a mess because there are people sleeping. Oh yeah, you can't see that because there are people sleeping in there. Sorry, I filmed this while people were out and there are people asleep in there. This is our bathroom. The claw tub is absolutely stunning. The bathrooms were gorgeous everywhere we went. That's another bedroom, but there are people sleeping in there as well. Then this is the bedroom I stayed in. Very small, super cute though. There's my hand telling you that's where I stayed. We were actually packing up to leave. That's why it looks so empty. This was the day we were leaving, so I wanted to go ahead and make the bed, make it look less messy. But yeah, it was really cute. I really enjoyed this place. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I spent a lot of time in here because it was my bedroom, but that's the view outside. They painted the window shut, so I couldn't open the window, which is fine, but really cute. I love the row houses, and I loved the interior. I thought it was so pretty. But the stairs were a menace to society. This is my cousin's room and his girlfriend. They didn't ever actually stay in here, I don't think, but that was their room. That's where all their stuff was. And then my other cousin stayed up here, and these steps are so steep you can't really tell, but they're not padded, and they're so steep they're basically like vertical. It's basically like a ladder, and that's as far up as I was willing to go. So I just pulled my phone up so you could see what it looked like. It was so steep, and my cousin wagged his head both times when he was unloading his stuff. It was so funny. But yeah, they were not conducive to people walking up and down. It was ridiculous. So many people fell down these stairs because look how cattywampus they look. It's ridiculous. They're all kinds all over the place. But it was a really fun house. I've got a lot of great memories. I'm glad I have this video because this is just a reminder of the memories that we have here, and I think it's so fun. So that's the other bathroom. It was kind of a mess, so I didn't show it to you. And then that was where the actual shower was. Then that was the main room right there that we just passed, and there was a laundry room kind of, and this room freaked me out because the light went off, so I didn't go down there because they're motion activated and it was on for no reason and then just turned off. But this is the front door, and this was the main room, and you're gonna see again some of my family and the mess that we created. There were 10 of us that came on the trip that stayed in this house, and at one point there were 30 people in this room alone. So when I tell you it was a mess, believe me, because there were so many people. It was ridiculous. There were so many people in this place. We crammed as many people as possible, but it was beautiful. It was a really beautiful place. That's all of our luggage there because we were leaving. That's my mother. She'd kill me if she saw this. Okay, so this is what the actual street level view looked like. I loved the windows. They were so pretty. I love the seating area. So this is us on the train back. That's the train tickets and us leaving. We're headed to London. And yeah, that's us just going back. It didn't take as long to get back on the train as it did to get there on the bus, but I enjoyed the bus more, I think, because the bus we got to put our luggage underneath. Oh, I ate a Slim Jim. The bus we got to put our stuff underneath, and in the train we didn't get to. That's the white chocolate Kit Kat that I'd had. It was so good. Oh my god. And there's my water. Yeah, we had to carry our luggage around everywhere with us when we went on the train, and we had to change trains, and it was just a big ass pain, to be honest. And we had such little layover times that it was so annoying, and I enjoyed the bus more. Those are all sorts, licorice all sorts. I only like those. I don't like the whole bag, so I got given those. We're passing Ipswich now. I was just taking in the sights, to be perfectly honest. and I wanted this video for my own documentation. I know my last voiceover video did not do very well, and that's fine. I do a lot of these videos because I like them, and that's what this video is for me. This is just a video for me to be able to see the trip in almost real time when, you know, in a few years I don't remember everything. That's Glimford. But yeah, I had so much fun. What you don't see is me meeting my cousins that lived in Great Yarmouth and having a great time with them, and us all getting to know each other and meeting each other and having a blast, and us going to pubs and just doing all this fun stuff. Then we got to London. Well, we got to Plumstead in London, and we had fish and chips. They were gross. And then we had to walk forever and ever and ever. But this wasn't us walking with our luggage, so this was us going somewhere else in Plumstead. Yeah. Oh, I think we're going to Greenwich now. That's where we're going. This is the next day. We went to Greenwich. We spent all day there. It was nice. Greenwich was beautiful. Plumstead was okay. I didn't really see anything in Plumstead that I thought was fantastic. I stayed telling my family that I wish we'd stay in Yarmouth the whole time because it was such a blast. I had an absolutely fantastic time in Yarmouth, meeting my family and being around them and just having a blast there. Please ignore our family friend limping in this video. He hurt himself on the trip. But yeah, there are a lot of family members that you see. I actually filmed more of their faces than I thought I did. Sorry about that. Family members. Yikes, I didn't mean to. But yeah, I had a blast on this trip, and I just wanted to be able to put together a video for you guys. This is us going. That's our tickets from Plumstead to Greenwich and back. That's why I 2 tickets. This is the Plumstead train station. It wasn't much, but it was cute. And now we're in Greenwich, I believe. So we're in Greenwich, walking around from just a little bit shy of the train station. There was supposed to be like a bunch of fun, like I think there was like a farmer's market or a market that they wanted to see, which is why we came. So we just walked down the street a little bit. There was a lot of traffic on the streets. There was also like a lot of school traffic, like a lot of kids walking around from school. So I'm imagining it was like around the time of like a dismissal or something. But we just discovered Greenwich. There's not a whole lot of footage of London in general because we didn't do as much there as we did with everything else, even though the video is kind of half and half. But this was a really, really, really nice town. We really liked it. It was honestly beautiful. A lot of really pretty, like old looking architecture. There's me in my ratty outfit because it was cold the entire trip. The signature telephone booths, of course, though those looked a little ratty, but this was an Anglican church. That's my cousin. And then we ate at a restaurant down here. This was the vintage market that we thought we were supposed to go to, but this was not actually the one that we were supposed to be in. It's a much smaller version of the really big market that we wound up going to. But we originally thought that was the market, and that's why I filmed it, because I was like, this is the tiniest little market. So we ate at a place called Bill's. It was really good. I had a full English breakfast there. And it's some kind of boat. I'm gonna show my ignorance here because I'm not big on the history, but it was a boat. And then this was like, I think it was some sort of like museum or some type of museum. There's like a Nando's over there. There's the full angle of the boat. I wish I could remember the name of it. I know it just popped up, but I can't remember. This is the River Thames, that you could like get a boat and like float down the River Thames. You can actually see the London Eye from over there. I felt like that building looked like a boob. I'm not gonna lie. There's my dad. There was a Nando's over there, and there was also like another restaurant. And this was some sort of like, it was some kind of university, I think. I know I showed the actual name of it in just a second. It was gorgeous. It was such a beautiful like area. You could just walk in, and honestly all the buildings were beautiful, so historic, and they looked so pretty. And this was a really fun time. So this is the University of Greenwich. There it is. Boom, I knew I filmed it. And you could like tour, because it's like the like student union or something, but you could tour certain buildings that were like, I guess, more well known and had a lot of history, but you couldn't tour like all of the buildings. This is the painted hall, and we did not get to go all the way in here because we didn't do the tour. I just kind of stopped to show you guys like a lot of the architecture and all the pretty like paintings and stuff that were in here. We didn't get to actually see the like painted hall part. We just kind of toured around the part that was free, and I think one of our family members had to go to the bathroom, which is why we even came in here. So not super romantically established, but there's a family friend of ours right there walking. That's the thing, I have a lot of my family from the back. But yeah, so this is King William Undercoff painting or something. I don't know. I'm not even going to talk about the historical value because I don't even know. And then this was like the most beautiful little gift shop area, and it was a gift shop and like a little coffee shop on the other side, and there was like a little corner there. And sorry, it's so shaky. I think I was trying to film quietly because I wasn't sure if we were supposed to film in there, but I wanted this because this area looked so beautiful. There was lots of like little historic facts, and this was part of the gift shop. It looked so pretty. I stopped to look at something. I don't know what I was looking at, but they had so many like little pretty things. Oh, I hold up one of these tiles because they were so beautiful. Oh my gosh, if I can grab one, what the heck? Oh, I guess I don't grab one. Oh, there we go. Okay, I thought I did. These were so pretty. That was the worst. I'm really not great at this vlogging thing. I'm still trying to figure this thing out. But that was the worst showing I've ever seen in my life. There's my dad standing beside me. I don't know what I'm doing right now. There's a lot of like random filming. Oh, I thought this was cool. It's like a Monopoly board. I thought it was really pretty. And this is the chessboard that they had. It was London versus NYC, and you could like play with the different like significant like buildings and stuff. And there was like an example of just London. It was London versus London. And I thought these were really nice. They were kind of expensive, but they were really pretty, I thought. So I just kind of showed you that. There's a London Eye. That one was kind of flimsy, but it is a Ferris wheel, so fair enough, I guess. And I kind of just walked around in here for a little bit, and then I went and showed you guys a lot more of the like actually historical stuff that they had. If I ever get away from this, I'm gonna tell you, there's one thing about me. If there's a shop, I'm gonna stop, because I am a shopaholic by trade. So this is part of like the actual historic place. They had a lot of like little interactive things you could do. This was showing all the pigments that were used in the building. Why do I tilt everything? God only knows. But this is like how they got pigments and like all the pigments that they used and stuff. Sorry, me fiddling with the lighting, but and then this I think is part of the actual like painting that they did up there. That's the actual like ceiling of the building. If you go inside, we didn't pay for a tour. And then they show like this little interactive part where you can like lift it and see all the cool little things there. And then there's like the little scrolls, so you can see the drawings and like how it progressed of the drawing, and each one is like a little bit different. So like that's the starting scroll, and then there's like a little bit more detail, and then that's like the full detail or close to the full detail. And then this is like another one that's really close to the full detail as well, so that was really cool to look at. A lot of my family was over here like squished together. I don't know if I film all this stuff in detail, but that was like a lot more like just information about like the hall and its significance. This was really fun. I really enjoyed going through this university. I thought it was really cool just to see all the like historical facts and parts that they had there. And just how like, I don't want to say antique, but like historical it looked, I guess is the terminology I want to use. And then this was like, I don't even know what this was supposed to be, but I thought this was so cool. It looked like an old school, like part of it they had like kept intact to see what it looked like back in the day, which I thought was pretty cool. Sorry if you can hear my bunny jumping around in the background. And this I thought was like the coolest and also sketchiest looking hallway I've ever seen in my life. That's definitely a scene from like a horror movie. And then, like I said, it had like little historical pictures and stuff all around the railing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing there. And then I went back and walked back through these doors the same direction you just saw, because I had to go to the bathroom. So I just thought I would film like that. This hallway, I thought this hallway was so eerie. Oh my god, this hallway is so creepy. It looked terrifying to me. I don't know why I thought it was so freaky. And this was like the way to the bathroom. I probably shouldn't have filmed this. It's kind of weird, but I thought this was really cool. And then, yeah, so thought this was really cool. That like antique everything looked. And then we were back outside. This was like a church. We were looking for the church hall, and that was I think like the orchestra hall or something. And so we were looking for the church, so we just kind of walked around trying to find it. Just a couple buildings down. Look at that view. That's so pretty. That's the one thing, like, I guess because there's a lot of stuff in like the bigger boroughs of England, like everything seems to be so close together. So like if you get a good wide open space, the views are impeccable. Like it's just so beautiful. We thought this was the church, the building that we're walking by right now, but it's not. We walked around and that was not the church. The church was across that little courtyard right here that we're walking towards. But like, I just imagine going to school here. Oh my god. I would be so thrilled. There's my cousin again in the distance. But this right here is the church that we're walking towards now. And literally it would be so beautiful to go to school here, because like it's so, oh my god, the views are miraculous. Look at this. So pretty. We were trying to figure out what the house was. We couldn't figure it out. Or that building, I guess. It's not really a house, but the building. We couldn't figure out what it was. So then we went into the church. And I know I literally just said I don't film inside churches, but there was no like current mass going on. And it wasn't like it's a historical monument type of deal. So I felt a little bit more comfortable filming in here. Plus it was beautiful and I wanted to document it. It was a really, really beautiful church. Honestly, it was. I've been to a lot of churches in my day, and honestly, it was really gorgeous. Lots of historical. I was trying to figure out if the door closed by itself, and it never did. So this is me closing the door. I thought it was like an automatic shut door. It was not. There's my dad again without his hat on this time, and yeah, just really gorgeous. I wish I would have fixed the lighting, because the lighting looks kind of crappy there. But yeah, it was really, really pretty. And we just toured around this church. I loved the statues in here. I thought it was so gorgeous. I'm just gonna say pretty and gorgeous 100 times. I also, the stairs were so amazing. Like they looked so good together with like the antique look to this church. It was so pretty. And this is the actual like chapel part of the church. And I don't remember. I feel like there was music playing in here or something, but I don't remember. But look at the ceilings. Oh my god, so pretty. And we just kind of walked around in here. This church is massive, by the way. There's like a picture, some kind of art in the front. Hopefully I get closer. I'm not really sure if I do though. And then the attention to detail was unreal in here. I don't go all the way up to the very top front because you can't, but there's like a little pulpit there to the side. I'd never seen anything like that before. And then I thought this was extremely sweet. This little table that they had at the front here, I zoom in on it to show you, but it's a like prayer candle for the Ukrainian people that are currently suffering, and obviously that's really sweet. And then I just do a full shot of this art because it was so gorgeous. Oh my god, it was so pretty. And then that's like an organ, obviously, and it was just, oh my god, the attention to detail was unreal. And then this is the church right here, the Chapel of St. Peter and St. Paul in Greenwich. And then I left the chapel because I felt like I had done too much filming in the chapel and I wanted to be respectful. So I obviously cut and spent some time in there with my family prayer in the prayer request book. And this was, I don't remember what this is. I can't read it. But it was a book that they had on display there, which I thought was really nice. And I love the little crest above the thing there. And then this is, again, we're walking back now. So this is the outside of it. And we're walking back towards leaving. Is that the other building? Oh my god, they look exactly the same. But this is walking back. I am not confident on what I'm zooming in on there. But yeah, I just wanted to, while I have a minute, because we're gonna walk, I wanted to say I'm sorry this video took me so long to film and put together. I had a really rough time getting this video together, and I've had a pretty rough week this week. So I didn't get to film on Monday, and so I uploaded my video Sunday, and then I didn't get to film anything on Monday, and today was the first day I got around to getting this up. You know, I've got a lot of stuff going on right now, so I'm also having a really hard time with video content, like trying to figure out what I want to do. I want to film a get ready with me and like a products I don't like and favorites and stuff like that, so that'll be kind of coming up soon. That's my cousin walking in front of me. That's my other cousin. It's walking literally directly in front of me. So we're out of the university now, and we're just walking around. We love the iconic double-decker buses. We actually passed people that were freaking out because they had just passed some people from Love Island, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And now we're on the train back to Plumstead. Greenwich, in my opinion, was where I wish we would have stayed. Greenwich was just a prettier area, I feel like, and there was just a lot more to do there than in Plumstead. Once we got back to Plumstead, I really didn't do a whole lot, so that's why the rest of this video is kind of short, because there was still like 2 or 3 days left of content, but I didn't get to film anything because we just didn't do anything else. This is actually at the London Bridge stop. This is the next day. We had already gotten to the London Bridge stop. That's my aunt. We took the train to London Bridge. We're trying to get into London Center. And we had to take the train to London Bridge and then get on the tube and take the tube to, I can't remember what the stop was. We took a stop. And that took us to Buckingham Palace, which is what you'll see in just a second. And this is our group right here getting onto the escalators. This was the most beautiful train station I'd ever seen in my entire life. Oh my god, that was gorgeous. It was huge. They had shops on all the sides and everything. There was like a Mac store, a Pandora store. There was some YouTuber there, and people were waiting in line the whole time we were there. There were people waiting in line when we got there and when we left. So some major British YouTuber was there. I feel like I didn't get the full experience, but we are a group that takes bathroom trips together, so that's why there's a pause there. Now we're going into the tube or the underground or whatever you want to call it. These escalators are really intimidating. They're so long and there's so many people, and it's so quick that you have to get to going. And this is us at our stop. We are literally right on the doorstep of Buckingham Palace, and we were walking out from the tube station or the underground station. And yeah, one thing I wanted to do, and I know we talked about this in a video that I did before we left, was I wanted to go to TK Maxx. I did not get to TK Maxx. I was heartbroken, but we tried. We just couldn't find one, and we didn't have service, and it was just kind of a mess. So I'll get to the UK someday, and I'll go to a TK Maxx. But yeah, that's the reason there was none of that in my haul. So this is like the most touristy stuff I can show you. We're at Buckingham Palace here. That's more of our family right there. We are at Buckingham Palace now, and of course, I'm not going to tell you how beautiful Buckingham Palace is. You should already know. But it was probably the most busy part of our whole trip was Buckingham Palace, and like that general vicinity. I was less infatuated with London than I thought I would be, because quite frankly, it was just too busy for me. Even though I'm from a decent sized city in North Carolina, like it was just too big. Like there was just too much going on. I felt like it was just, look at all these people. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. Look at all these people. Like it was too much. I kind of got sensory overload, and too many people, not enough space to be able to truly see anything. But I did get to see the gorgeous Buckingham Palace and all the beautiful gates and everything, and I did get to see a lot of the touristy stuff. Lots of really cool pictures and stuff. I do have pictures that I didn't insert in this video because this video is already 40 minutes long. They're my parents. Oh my god, my mother would kill me if she knew she was in this video. Yeah, that's so funny. That's my mother. Oh my god. Anyways, there of course are the famous guards. Yeah, so the guards, and they were just walking around. I thought it was kind of cool to see him just like pacing like that. That was pretty cool. I didn't want to zoom too far in because I didn't want it to be like so grainy you couldn't see anything. And then we're at, oh my god, she's in there again. Oh my god, she's gonna actually kill me if she ever sees this video. That's some kind of statue. I'm not even gonna lie and pretend I know what it is because I don't. We took a selfie outside of the Buckingham Palace, and then they were doing a guard exchange, which was pretty cool. But there were so many people you really couldn't like see it. So you've got a really good shot of that woman's back of her head because it's really all you can see. There we go. Well, kind of. I thought it was cool. You can see him walking away and stuff, so yeah, I'm glad I have this video because it's like a really cool reminder of the trip and everything, especially now that I've been gone, come back for a week. It's really cool to kind of be able to almost like relive it, re-see it, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Then of course you see the London Eye from here, and this is us on our merry way, walking away from the Buckingham Palace. My god, I forgot it already. And this, where is this? This is on the way, I think. We're walking to Big Ben now. We're just on our merry way, walkity walk. We went to a pub on the way to Big Ben. And the food was, I would say, mediocre. I didn't really care too much for it. There's only like 2.5 minutes left of this, and I really hope I've got some footage of Big Ben. I think I do. While we're just walking and talking, I want to go ahead and quickly say thank you guys so much for the love. I feel like every time I look at my phone, I've got like 50 more subscribers, and it's crazy. I love doing this, and I'm really excited you guys are liking it, so thanks so much for all the love. We're gonna be approaching Big Ben here in a minute. I think we're like right up the street from it. This was a great trip. I had a lot of fun, a lot of really cool memories, and it's definitely a trip I'll never forget, that's for damn sure. There it is. There's Mr. Ben himself. We did get a lot closer than this, so I'm assuming that's coming up, but yeah, it was a great experience. I got to learn a lot of things, got to meet a lot of family, and I had a great time. So, that's my mother. Here is, I think, us about to round this corner, because there was a UN building up here as well. I don't know what this is. There's the pub we ate at right there. Okay, so there is some kind of church. And then we were by the UN building. Yeah, so there's the UN building and Big Ben in the distance there. And I'm trying to see if I get any closer. I'm not sure I do. It on and off rained like the whole trip. There is a corgi. How cute is that? Oh my god, adorable. I love the corgis. And then, do we get to Big Ben? Come on, Casey, show us Big Ben. It was cool to be around all this kind of history and stuff. There's the UN building where all those flags are, and there's our buddy Big Ben right there. So we've got just a little bit closer till we get there. It's a pretty cool shot though. There we go. shot. Love it. There's the London Eye, and this is the River Thames as well. The next few shots are gonna go pretty quick. Those are the women that fought in World War II memorial there. That was really pretty. Another Dr. Pepper, a liter Dr. Pepper, because I play no games. And then we were on our way home, and this is us taking a cab all the way to the airport. We had one meal on this airplane and a warm cookie. It was a good cookie, and we were home. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.